I know why you clicked in this video. I know why. However long it's been in your relationship, it could have been 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years, however long it's been, you clicked on the right video because this is the only video you need to be able to get over your ex. I promise. I promise. But before I tell you how to get over your ex, let me just clarify one thing, right? Let me just clarify one thing. And you have to pay attention because this one thing is really important, right? Do you still love him? Nah, I'm playing. But, right, this is how you get over your ex, all right? Number one, stop looking at their social media. Stop looking at social media because I'm telling you that's the worst thing. Number one, that's the worst thing you could do possibly. Because now you see what they look like. Now you see what they're doing. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just never do that. Never do that, I'm telling you. Because every time you do that, boom, now you're going to be thinking about them over and over and over again. And once you start thinking about them, that's when all the bullshit comes. And what do I mean by the bullshit? You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean by the bullshit. When you're lonely and shit, when you just chilling and shit and you lonely as hell and you like, damn, I ain't got nobody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like, I ain't got nobody. But it's cool though. It's cool because, right, you got God. You got God. But you know what I'm saying? When you think those memories, like those thoughts, like, oh, I'm lonely, I got nobody. Trust me, you're not working hard enough because if you put all that energy into your purpose, right, into what you're actually doing with your life, instead of thinking like, what is this girl doing? You gotta be thinking, I be thinking like, how am I gonna get some more money? Like, like how am I gonna do this and that? How am I gonna be on my purpose? How am I gonna do this? I already gotta go to the gym, right? I already gotta go to the gym, and then boom, right? I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go to work. I gotta train clients. There's a lot of stuff you gotta do, and when you're so busy, you don't even have time to check their social media because you're too busy focusing on what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You focus on what you gotta do, what your own vision, what your own path is, and that's the first step to it all. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't check their media, any medias. Number two for me is just don't get bored. The key to this whole thing is to it's kind of a sub point to number one, but I'm just gonna reiterate and come at it from a different angle because number two is you never want to get bored. What is being bored? What does that mean, being bored? Right? Like, have you ever truly been bored? Like, everyone's been bored before, right? But what is being bored? Being bored is you have a obsessive amount of time on your hands. Not only that is you're literally just doing nothing. If you did an activity, you had a hobby, you had friends, you had a job or whatever, you had a full schedule, then you gotta chill with your friends, then you gotta get ready for this party, then you gotta go to the city, then you go into the gym, work out, then you go working yourself, you gotta make sure you actually have a life. Get a life, which is gonna lead me to number three. But don't be bored. You never want to be bored because being bored means you're doing nothing. And if you're doing something, you can't truly be bored. So I always make sure I'm just not doing anything, or when I'm just, when I'm working real hard, I just make sure my mind is focused and just try not to just be deeply in your head where you could just focus on your work, focus on whatever you got going on, get your mind off things. I'm telling you, this is the best way to come from it. I'm telling you, it's the best way. The next one, this brings me into my next one. Rebuild yourself. I feel like life is about evolving, it's about evolution, and it's about being better than who you were yesterday. And when you're rebuilding yourself, when you're constantly doing what you have to do to get ahead, you're hitting the gym, you're working hard, you have a life, you have friends, you have people that actually love you, then I do believe you are rebuilding yourself. And when you're rebuilding yourself and you're working towards something, you're not the same person you were before you even had that thought of mind. You're not the same person than you were last year. When you're constantly moving forward, you're looking better, you're figuring out, you're upgrading your style, upgrading what you have to do, upgrading your look. That's when you're rebranded. You're a different person, and then you have a new identity. And the whole point about growing is developing new identities to mold who we want to become. We have to align the principles and values that the person who we want to be, we have to align that with our current selves now. And that's like a big thing. And when you're really focused on yourself and you're doing what you have to do, you know what I'm saying, and you have your own life, you're going to get over your ex. It's only a matter of time, especially if you're working hard at rebranding yourself. So always work hard, rebrand yourself. Next one. My next point into helping somebody get over ex is realizing that everything happens for a reason, You can always reframe things. You can always play things back in your head. Wish it was this way. Wish it was that way. But it happened. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. And you can't change the past. So make sure you're just trying your best to change your future and actually work towards your future. You can't change your past. Whatever happened. It's for you to allow them if they were more beneficial for you to keep in your life or for you to get rid of, But you don't want to just be constantly holding that state of mind where things are on your mind, and once things are on your mind and you're thinking about it so much, and you're tempted to go back and you're asking like, do I miss them? Do they miss me? That's when all the problems happen. You know what I'm saying? When you understand things happen for the way it is and you realize that, okay, it is what it is. You come at it from a different angle and you're so much more acceptance. You have so much more acceptance in yourself and in the situation because you can always do better, And you could always, yeah, man, like, I'm trying to put it in the right way, like, but just make sure you're doing good for yourself, Learn how to be alone. That's another thing. Learn how to be alone. Because when you're alone, that's like everything. When you're alone, like, if you could be alone, like, you have a superpower and you could do whatever you want and you don't tolerate any disrespect. You don't tolerate any disrespect. People don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't let things slide so easily because what's the alternative? You're be alone. Like, you will cut that person off because when you're happy and being yourself, you already won. And nobody can take that away from you. You literally already won. And you know what I'm saying? Just being alone is like the best feeling in the world. The last thing I could say on how to get over an ex is forgive. Forgive. You have to forgive, all right? You have to forgive. And I feel like, why? Why is that? Why do I say that you have to forgive? I feel like you have to forgive because not only does that emotion weigh on your heart, like, that's how people be jaded. When people can't let things go, like, you're still constantly bringing it up. That's how you let things hurt you. But when you forgive and you just let things go and you let things be and accept things for how it is, you're already winning. Because no matter how anything played out, you know what I'm saying? People are people. People always have mistakes. People are always going to constantly piss you off or not meet your expectations or this or that. We're just people and no one's perfect. Understand that nobody's perfect. Learn to forgive people because forgiving people just gets all the tension out of your mind and you can actually finally move on. You can't really move on until you forgive someone. That's some deep shit right there. But you can't really move on until you forgive someone. So learn how to forgive someone and understand that, you know what I'm saying? We are all new to this life thing. Nobody lived life twice. So just understand that. Just forgive and just move on. That's it. But I know people have been asking me about this, how to get over an ex. So, I had to help everybody what I thought and how I think and what I would do, or just my thought process on the whole thing. But this way works. I'm telling you. If you do all these things, you know what I'm saying, time is the only thing that can fix it after that. Time is the only thing that can fix it, because just let time do its thing, just work hard, just don't get distracted, forgive, and you'll be all right. But hope you guys enjoyed this video today. It's your boy. I'm off this, man. Peace.